Is live, uncut, unedited. You already. All right, people. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Live, uncut, unedited. Mm-hmm. Let's do it. Come on in. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. I love being black. That's for real. We want more folks to come on here and, the third You party. already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Mm-hmm. Somebody said, I don't see the stars. Mm-hmm. All right, I need y'all to share this page. I'm telling y'all to share it. I haven't shared it. Mm-hmm. All righty. Let's rock and roll. Uncut, unedited. When I use this third party software, somebody said I'm suspended from Facebook. Val, what's going on? I see you, Greg Phillips. I see you. I see you. This is what I get. I don't get a lot of people. All right, come on in, people. What's up, Gilda? I see you. I see you. It's amazing, people. It is amazing. Amazing, amazing. To my YouTube family, what's going on? I see you guys. Chad, I see you. Princess Black, I see you. I see you. I see you. Come on in, people. Black Lives Matter. Come on in. This live, uncut, unedited. My YouTube family in the house. Mm-hmm. In the house. I see y'all, YouTube. Latanya, I see you. Chris Moore, what's going on? Blessings. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Mm-hmm. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Come on in. Come on in. This is live, uncut, unedited. Come on in. We working, people. Working. Leslie, I see you. Ernestine Tripp, I see you. I see you. coasting hard in the paint. Greetings, everyone. Hey, Martin, how you doing? Dominique, what's going on? I see you, Dominique. Peace and blessings to you. I see you. Peace and blessings. Come on in so I can check in with you guys. Peace and blessings. Well, I'm going to get started. I got a few little people on here. If I have to switch over to the next app, I will do. Got some YouTube people on here. They on there. Appreciate my YouTube family because I need them. Definitely need them. We are here. So let's get started, people. I'm tired of waiting. Summer, I see you. Joe, I see you. I see you. I see you. Let's get started. Let's get started. As you know, we know what's been going on in the world today. Kyrie Irving, Kanye West. Oh, okay, YouTube. Well, it's the third-party software. It don't do it. So I don't know. I got to figure that out. I got to figure it out, but we're going to work it out. We're going to work it out. I'm trying to get the kinks out. All right, people, y'all can call in and talk about anything you want to. 827-927-6389. We're talking. Monique, what's going on, sister? Kennard, I see you. I see you. Here we go, people. We need to get on this. We need to get on this. Y'all see the tides are changing. A lot of Black people are backpedaling now on their statement against Kyrie Irving. They're saying that the punishment is too stiff. It's too hard. He shouldn't have to do all that. So people, they're showing their dominance. But I'm here to talk, not just about that, about anything. We had a young man that was shot and killed November the 7th. Wasn't in the newspaper, no media, nothing, out there in Matteson, Illinois. It's not supposed to happen out there. It's not supposed to happen out there. 16 years old, shot at least 20 times or more than 20 times. That's terrible. All right. This is live, uncut, unedited, people. And this is where we talk. We talk about the issues. We talk about life, anything. Man shot 20 times. All right, people, let's talk about this. It was a black person that shot. He was shot. It was two men jumped out of the car. I think they was masked up and they shot him up. And my thing is, where are these black men getting these guns from? Where are they getting the guns from? Where are they getting the guns? Where are they getting these guns? That is crazy. You got young black men out here that's carjacking folks. What's up with that? Betty Lee, what's up? I see you. Now, you trying to be funny, Mr. Kennard. I'm certain neither of the two men were police or no black. You trying to be funny, brother. I'm reading between the lines, brother. You trying to be funny. Trying to be funny, but it ain't gonna work right here, brother. You know I love black people. I'm not a hater of black people. I'm telling you. Some of y'all folks look just like me. You can't stand black people. Go and be with the white people. The white people are not going to accept you. They're not going to accept you. They're not even going to invite you to their house. You're nothing to them. Nothing. Nothing. Tell you, some folks on here, trust me, I wrote a post today and I talked about even if all the black people don't join in by not watching the NBA, if it's just enough of us, we can make their ratings go down. We could do that. We could do that. Definitely. So I want to talk to some folks today, my YouTube family. I'm ready for y'all. I have no idea. I have been around weapons all my life, but it wasn't like this. Well, it possibly could have been like that, sister. You just didn't know. We have a new thing that's called social media. We don't have to wait on the mainstream media to give us our information. We don't have to do that. Somebody said, did you hear about the police chasing Harvey earlier today? No, I didn't. Didn't hear about that. Didn't hear about that. All right. I'm going to bring some screen sharing in here. Yeah. All right, people, come on in. Let's talk. This is live, uncut, unedited. Gonna bring a screen in. Give us something to talk about since y'all scared. Y'all scared to talk. Scared to talk. Scared to talk. Let's see. Bring some stuff in, y'all. All right, this is what I want right here. All right, let me go back. I see what I want. All right. Let me see. There we go, right there. All right, we have the power not to watch the NBA, even if enough of us don't join. I got a lot of traction off that today. Maybe we could talk about that a little bit. Maybe we could talk about that a little bit. That'll be perfect. That'll be definitely perfect. Yeah, people could be buying guns outside the state. Why are we always attacking the symptoms and we don't go to the source of things? Why? Why? This is live uncut. Come on in, people. We're going to talk. We're definitely going to talk. Chad said he hate watching sports anyway, man. And you know what time it is. It's something to do when you're not doing nothing, but I could find other things to do. I definitely could find other things to do. So I'm ready for my first caller. I'm ready for my first caller. Come on in, callers. Some of the source of our family members. Live, uncut, unedited. We're talking. Waiting on some of my calls. Callers to call in. All right. We're gonna wait on some of the callers to call in. We got some mean folks out here. All right, people. Come on in. I don't watch sports either. Well, sports is a form of entertainment. Man, my line is just so quiet tonight. I can't get nobody to call in tonight. I got 14 people watching on one page, 7 on the other, 3 on the other. That's because of this software. Trying to learn how to work it. Trying to learn how to work it. Trying to learn how to work it. All right, people. Let's go. Come on, people. I'm ready to talk. Oh, Lord. What do you want to talk about? What's going on? Where you calling from, caller? Hello?
Hey Martin, how you doing?
All right. What's going on? Who's this?
This Leslie.
Oh, what's up, Leslie? How you doing?
What's going on? I'm all right tonight. Martin, I just wanted to call in to talk about the sports. I don't watch any sports anymore like I used to when I was younger when the Bulls used to play. When we used to have a three-peat and all that little stuff.
Okay.
So yeah.
Why you don't watch sports?
I mean, I do. I mean, if I'm around family at a family gathering or something and the sports is on, then I'll join in. But I don't watch it like I used to.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Hmm.
That makes sense.
Yeah, we used to have a three-peat and all that celebration and all that little good stuff back in the day.
Yeah, that was a long
So
time ago. Long time
yeah,
ago.
it was a long time ago.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I mean, when I tell you a long time ago.
Hmm. So
That
I watch it when I'm with family. If family watching it, I'm at their house, and, but it's not like it used to be.
no, it's not like it used to be.
Mm-mm. Ain't nothing like it used to be, Martin.
No, I agree
The
with you.
food, everything.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you.
Yeah.
So what else new going on?
Well, Martin, as you know, I'm head to work. Seem like you be getting on around the same time when I have to go to work.
It's okay. Well, you got to
Yeah,
work. You got to do what you got to do.
yeah.
You got to do what you got
But
to
I'm
do.
just hanging in there, taking one day at a time. Remaining positive as I see you do. You always have that good positive energy. So once you have that good positive energy, it rub off on other people and bless them. So
I'm in the blessing
that's how I
business.
feel. Yeah. So as I go into this nursing home, I got positive energy. It's gonna rub off on the staff, and it's also gonna rub off on the patient.
Okay.
So that's what I'm about.
Wow. You So what do you think about this thing? How they treating that young man? Have you been watching the news or social media?
um, yeah. Oh man, what I think is it's like modern day slavery. Like how like we are talking about the contracts, right?
Right.
Of course, if you sign a contract, you know it's gonna be a lot of things on that contract you do disagree with. But if you want to be involved in what's going on, you got to sign this contract. So it's like they got contracts all over the world with different things. So we sign stuff, we sign our name on the dotted line. You basically signing your life away,
Mm.
and I think that's how it is.
Well, what about the agents they be having? That they hire the agents and the agents in with it?
Yeah,
Because
I think it's all set up. It's all a setup, Martin.
mm,
Just like the record deals and stuff. It's all type of stuff going on. You sign that you become a singer and all this other stuff, and then you sign your name on other stuff and all this. I don't want to name certain things that's going on, but you know what I'm talking about.
right.
You know, and this music and everything. It's so much going on.
You
just got to be careful.
Why is it we have the good music, but we don't get paid like they get paid? They get paid big bucks.
Oh yeah,
big bucks.
Well, you know it is. It's the skin tone. That's all.
It shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be that way though.
It shouldn't be.
They always telling us as Black people, you always dragging a race card and everything. Everything is built on a race card. The Constitution is built on a race card. When you fill out a school loan application, they ask you what your race is. When you fill out a job application, they ask you what's your race.
But then they tell us it doesn't matter.
Right. It does matter.
It does matter.
It does matter. It does matter. When you fill out a regular job application or even a school application, they ask you your race. That is so important. So important.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm at with that, man. Black people, we don't want to be free. Maybe because we don't know that we're not free. We think we're free. And a lot of us associate slavery as locked up in chains and can't go over here, can't go. That's what they associate slavery with. That's what they associate. But slavery is far more than you having a chain on your ankles and on your wrists and on your neck. Somebody said the race card is played. Are we going to continue to use that excuse or persevere? Hey, Kennard, won't you call in and talk to me? I want to talk to this brother. He always talking stuff. Come on and talk. Come on and call in.
Come on in.
Come on in and talk to me. Talk some of that stuff on.
Don't get scared. Come on in.
Yeah, come on in. Call in. Since you're so intelligent, you got all the answers.
We just, you know what, Martin, we just need to stick together more. I'm telling you. It's so sad. We can't stick together. When we get the hook up, we can't tell the next person so they could come up, you know?
Yeah.
It's sad.
Kennard, come on, call in. I need that brother to call in.
Come on. He said, Kennard, come on, Kennard.
Come on in. Talk to us. Tell us what we need to know as Black people. Tell us what we're doing wrong since you got the answers. Tell us. Tell us. Tell us how to navigate through this system of white supremacists. Tell us how to navigate. We need to hear that. We need to know it.
Yeah.
Come on, brother. I don't want to see no more typing from you in the messenger. Just call in. You know the number. 87. There he is. I hope it's him. Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir. Good evening. This is Kennard.
All right, hold on, brother. Hold on. Hold on. All right, we got him on live now. We got him on live, so hold on. Come on, Kennard, talk to us. Give us some of these good answers that you always putting in the message. Come on, talk to us.
Okay, well, just like the comment I just made. Oh, I hear echo.
Okay, that means, okay, do me a favor. Do you got your Facebook or YouTube? Turn your YouTube all the way down. And I can turn mine down. I don't have it going. I don't have it playing.
Okay, I got it.
Is that better?
No, I still hear echo.
Hold on, let me try to do something. What about now? Right now?
It's still there.
Echo. Echo.
Yep.
Hey, Les, do you got your Facebook on?
No, I'm actually in the car heading to work.
Okay. Is that better?
I turn my YouTube off.
Yeah, turn it off. Just turn it off.
Yeah, it's already off. I already turned it off.
Okay. Still a little echo?
Let me see. Yep, it's still there.
All right.
It might be on his end.
Hold on.
No. I already turned my YouTube off.
He turned this off. Okay, hold on. Let me turn it down a little bit. Okay. Let me turn this down. Hold on. Let me try this, something like this. So I want to hear what his brother got to say. All right, how's that?
Okay, let me check.
Mic check.
It's still there,
sir. Is it real bad? 1 2 1 2.
It's low, but you can still hear an echo anytime I say something.
Okay. I don't know why, but go ahead, brother. Just go ahead and try to talk over it if you can. I don't know why.
Yeah, I'll try my best.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so your question was, what was your question again?
You said the race card is played. Are we going to continue to use that excuse or persevere?
Exactly. I think that's a pretty good question.
Well,
I mean, because
explain it.
Okay, I'm 43 years old. I ain't been on the planet a long time, right?
Right.
But in my 43 years, I mean, it's pretty much been the same thing. The race, there's always going to be racism, no matter what, no matter anything. It's always going to be here. We're never going to get dealt a fair hand. It's not right, but that's just the way it is. So then my question is, well, what do? Do we sit there and we complain about it? We only got so much time on the planet. Ain't nobody promised tomorrow. So we sit here and complain, or do we take that time and we try to pull our resources together, pull ourselves up our own bootstraps and make something happen for ourselves and our people?
No, okay.
I mean, we got opportunities out here. I mean, you got people out here today that's making their own businesses from scratch. You got people out here that are doing blue collar stuff. I mean, you name it. Black people. I mean, we got black doctors, we got black firemen, policemen. I mean, you name it. It's black people in every industry. So I don't get why. I don't see why to even make excuses about racism. Because that's going to be there regardless. But what are you going to do?
Okay. Well, let me ask you a question. Because it's going to be there regardless. Do that make it right? What? Okay.
No, it's not
okay.
about right.
All right. Well, I got another question for you. What is racism?
Okay.
Explain racism to me. That's what I need to know. That's where we're going to start from there.
Okay. Well, I don't have a dictionary on me, but
no. Just explain it to me in your own words. I mean, you don't have to. You don't have to give me a definition from the dictionary. Just in your own words.
Okay, it's a group of a race of people mistreating another race of people based on their race.
Okay, now you got that right. And why you think that?
I mean, it could be for. I mean, you know what? I can't determine why another race of people doesn't like another race of people or got something against another race of people. It could be because, like, you hear the term white supremacy thrown around a lot of times, and that could very well be it. Can I prove that? No, I'm not white. I don't know how they think. I don't know what they do. I don't know none of that. But let's just say, for instance, that is. Okay, that's a constant. That's going to go, that's their thing. You know what I'm saying? But we got breath in our lungs today. You see what I'm saying? We got time today.
Okay.
So why waste time? You know what I mean? Like, why waste time talking about, well, they don't like us, they racist and white supremacy, and we could be taking that time building. We could be taking that time building together and having solidarity and working together and getting our stuff together with our people. We know our people.
All right, let me ask you a question. So do you believe, since there are white supremacists out here or racist people out here, do you believe that has an effect on our progress here in America?
In some instances, yes.
Like what?
I mean, well, I think you even made mention of it. I mean, you were talking about, like, on a job application, I believe, and they ask you what your race is. Or a loan application, they ask you what your race is. It ain't just, they just got black and that's it. They got every race on there. You know what I'm saying? So it ain't nothing exclusive to just us. But yeah, you could make the argument that does exist. But really more so in my era, I can't honestly say that I've seen that affect me. I mean, I don't know about what was going on prior to 79. I mean, except for what, history teaches us and what my parents teach me. So I didn't experience that. But in my experience going from the 80s forward, no, I haven't dealt with that. I know it's there. But I hadn't, we're going to give this job because you black, or you couldn't get this loan because you black. No, that ain't happened to me.
You said that never happened to you. Don't know, but do you think it's still happening though? Because hold on. Because it's not happening to you, that doesn't mean that it's not happening.
That's true. That's true. Well, I can only go from my experiences, and I try to have some empathy for my people to a certain degree. So we can't just keep playing. We can't just make excuses for everything that we got every chance we get. We can't keep doing that. That's being stagnant.
Why we can't? Now, you just told me that we got lawyers, doctors, and all that.
Right.
Okay. Now, since we have all that, and we are legitimate people, part of society, why we don't own or control or run anything?
Because we don't have no solidarity.
We
own stuff individually. This is my opinion.
Okay.
I believe that those people, like we just talked about, the lawyers, the doctors, and all of them, they may own things individually, but it's been no secret with Black folks. We like crabs in a barrel. We can't stand to see nobody have 2 more pennies than us. So if I got it, I ain't gonna share it with so and so. I ain't gonna pull them up with me or nothing like that. So we kind of we operating on an individual basis. So you got a millionaire over here, a millionaire over there. Oh, I'm gonna worry about me and mine, and they should. I mean, it'd be great if we all could pull in together, but everybody ain't righteous and everybody ain't selfless. That's just the reality of it. So even then, is that a reason to say, oh man, when we stagnant or we can't do this? No, what you gonna do? They got theirs over there. They don't want to share with you. Okay, cool. Well, I'm able-bodied. I can get up and try to make something happen for me and mine too.
Okay.
We just don't have no solidarity.
We do. We have some solidarity, just in the wrong place. I
agree. I do agree. I do agree.
We can
agree with that.
We can lecture slide together. We could sing. We go to concerts together. We can be in a motorcycle club. We can be in gangs together. That's solidarity all day. That's all solidarity.
So then here's the other thing, right? Do we really want to, as Black people, judging from what you just said, do we really want to move forward, or are we just talking?
Okay. What do you mean by move forward, in your words?
I'm saying collectively as a people, all the stuff that we complaining about. I mean, we hear about I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead. So do you think that we have a legitimate complaint?
No.
Okay, tell me why.
No.
Why not?
I don't think we have a legitimate complaint because, like you just said, we have solidarity in certain groups. When it comes to barbecuing, when it comes to playing sports or doing this and that, all the fun stuff, yeah, we got solidarity then. But that's not doing nothing to progress us as a people. That's just extracurricular stuff. But when it comes down to, I done seen some of these little local politicians, I ain't gonna put their names out, but they'll go on there and they'll get in front of a camera and they begging for money to pull up a center in on the west side somewhere. Well, what's registered in my mind is okay, well, I don't know how much it costs, but let's just say it's $50,000. If you couldn't go in that neighborhood and take up a collection of people, now I don't know everybody's situation, okay? But I'm just saying, just for example, we should be able to go in our own neighborhoods and take up a collection from people for a center for their kids to go to. Because that's what everybody's saying. Oh, well, the kids ain't got nothing to do. That's why they're in the street. That's why they're doing crimes. Okay, so we go build a community center. All right, this is for your kids. We need a donation of $50 per household. You should be able to take that up, build your community center, no problem. That's what everybody else is doing.
Okay.
You go over to Chinatown, they function on their own. You go over to Greektown, same thing, they function on their own. You go over on 26, they function on their own. They got Mexican-owned businesses, Mexican clientele on 26th Street. How come we don't have it? Because we don't have solidarity. We don't protect each other. We all a bunch of individuals.
Now, that's a key word. Stop right there. Right there, you said it, individuals. When you don't think race, why you think I'm so powerful? Because I talk race, I talk group. Economics. You got some Black people that will not shop with other Black businesses. They will make every excuse. And you might be one of those people. I don't know, Kennard. You might be one of those people.
Disagree.
Huh?
That's not true.
I'm just saying, I didn't say you were. I said you might be one. I don't
Fair
know.
enough.
So my point is, if we have the attitude, you got to get yours and I got mine, we can never, as a group, as a race of people, to do things together. Now, in Obama, when Obama started running when he ran for president, he got 90% of the black vote. So that goes to show you that we can come together collectively and do something as a group. Now, my point is to you is there are some things that's out of our control. You have certain laws that's made strictly to keep and oppress black people. Well, I'll give you one. Here's a law. Black people, I remember back I think it was back, probably like early 2000s, maybe late 90s, when black men, hold on, I got another caller. Hold on, brother, hold on.
All right.
Hey, caller, where you calling from?
Chicago, this is Fanice Martin.
I know who you are.
You know I had to get in on this.
Okay, do me a favor, turn down your Facebook all the way down. Turn it off.
It's over. I turned it off.
Okay, all right, I'm gonna bring you in. Okay. All right, hold on. All right, brother. We got another caller. I'm gonna stand down. I'm gonna let this sister talk. Go ahead, my sister. I'm gonna stand down. Go ahead.
It was just the thing with the boycotting and the stuff that's going on with Urban and Kanye. It's bigger. It's bigger than what people are making it out to be, because what they're doing is they're attacking them about their religious beliefs. When Kanye kept saying that we are the original Jews, and they were saying that that's anti-Semitic. There is not one Christian, there's not one Jesus follower who should not be boycotting Nike, the NBA, Shaquille O'Neal, and all of them. Because if you follow the Bible, and it says that Jesus had feet like bronze and hair of sheep wool, then that right there is telling you Jesus was black. So for them to say that it's anti-Semitic to equate Jesus or the black race with the original Jews is in fact denying the Bible. So like I told Christians, you guys are real quick to beat religion over our head, but we have a whole race and a religion that is dragging Jesus Christ right now, and you guys aren't saying anything. That's amazing to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's outrageous. So I went on my page and I told all the Christians, don't talk to me about Jesus no more. Don't tell me about forgiveness, being saved, and all of that, because Jesus was sacrificed by his own people in biblical times. And now in today's world, you guys are sacrificing him again. You just threw him away. Where is the churches? Christian churches are supposed to have signs up right now saying boycott, boycott, boycott. I mean, the Christian religion just abandoned the fight. They didn't even put a fight up.
Have you ever heard this
That's
term?
all I had to say.
Okay, hold on. Have you ever heard this term, FBI? FBI represents faith-based initiative.
Mm-hmm.
Other words, that's what that means. The government gives money to a lot of these religious organizations. So there's a term that we say in the world, don't bite the hand that feeds you. So that's what Charles Barkley was saying to Kyrie Irving. You can't take these people money and think you're going to talk about their religion. That's what he was saying.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what a lot of people, so do we stand for what's right, or we just be silent, take the money, be quiet, and just get a public lynching? So,
well, then that means that you're doing exactly what the scriptures speak against, which means that you're putting the love of money before your morals and your values. And see, that's where the disconnect, and that's why we're like the laughing stock right now. Black people are the laughing stock because we're giving this image, we're projecting to the world that all of these things that we say we want and everything we say we represent, when somebody puts us in our place we back down, we tuck tail and run. I mean, the whole point of having morals and ethics is that you have something about you that you will not compromise for no price or for no reason. So when Barkley said that, how do you tell someone that they should put, and I'm speaking in general.
Okay.
How do you tell someone that you can put, that they supposed to put their religion on the back burner for somebody else's religion?
Mm-hmm.
Can I say
Because at the end of the day, oh, go ahead.
I don't want to cut you off, sister.
No, go ahead.
Just a thought that I had. Kyrie, along with a lot of us that work for other people, we're not in a position to put morality before money. We'll just say money or livelihood. You know, that man's got a family to feed like everybody else. Doesn't make it right. It's really just a matter of taking care of your business and being able to provide for your family.
So you telling me that he should lower his morals just for money?
No, I'm not saying he should lower his morals. I'm saying that this man is in the public eye, and if he's going to come out and say something like that, unfortunately, the people that write his checks are in position to crucify him. That's just what it comes down to. It shouldn't be like that. It's not right. No, it's not right at all.
Is that a form of racism?
Yes.
Yes, that is a form of racism. Yes, by
absolutely.
far. You know, however, you know, when you chose to play ball in that league, then, and you chose to say what you said, then there was a chance that this could happen. You have to know that.
Well, let me just say this.
Now, I'm not faulting him. You know, I mean, it's just really a part of the game. I mean, this is what happens when you have no power. You know?
Agreed.
Okay, who don't have no power?
We don't.
Okay.
Right, because we have no unity, and that's why we should be boycotting.
Hold on,
we should
sister.
be sending a message out.
Hold on, sister. Just see that, brother. You talking off. Listen, now you talking. Now, when we just had a conversation, you saying we making excuses. Now it sounds like you making excuses now. Since we don't
making excuses.
Yes, you are. You just said we don't have no power. So what that mean? So we don't have the power to say no or to resist people that's paying us?
I'm saying that if you put yourself in a position where you're working for somebody else, no, you don't have any power.
That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie, brother. That's a lie.
Okay.
That's a lie.
I agree with Martin, brother. That is, I think I understand what you're saying. You're saying that we have no power, and that's kind of true. But the reason why we have no power is because we have no unity. Right. Do you know that if every black person, that when that story hit, if we would have actually got together for 7 days, 1 week, first of all, we supposed to all been on camera burning up all our Nikes and Jordans to send a message out to let them know that we not going to do this, and you're going to lose money because we all know who the biggest purchasers of gym shoes are. It's us. Yeah. So if we would have been burning Nikes, and if we would have turned off TNT and Sports Center, and they would have lost all that money, it would have sent a message to them. Because see, our problem is this: everyone's an individual. If it doesn't affect me, I don't care about it. But it does affect you indirectly, because they're taking our athletes and they're basically telling them, and because at the end of the day, you got to look at it like this. Yes, they are writing a check, but they not writing a check for nothing. They writing a check because they're the fastest, because they're the best, because they're dunking. So it's not like they're giving them anything. Right. They're working for that money.
Yes, sir.
So, you know, and I mean, at the end of the day, black people, until we come together, we don't have to agree on everything. But when you attacking somebody for their opinions and their views, and then you get other henpecked Negroes in on it to back you, like Shaq and all of them, we're supposed to be going crazy as a race right now. Mm-hmm. We're supposed to be losing our minds. And like I said, now I left Christianity when I was 19. I'm more pissed off about this situation than Christians are even pissed off about it. And I'm looking at them like, wait a minute. Y'all quick to throw the Bible in everything. Where's the Bible now? Mm-hmm. Why aren't you standing up for Christ? You just letting them just drag Jesus Christ and you're saying nothing? Now y'all false flagging. And if you believe in your religion, it specifically says, what's the part in the Bible about how when it was going down, when they was looking for Jesus and they was denying him, and they were saying how serious that was? Any Christian that is not speaking up against this is denying Jesus. You can't have it both ways.
But they trying to, because that's the other side. Is ain't nobody going to stand up to say nothing because they worried about something getting taken from them.
Exactly. Well, so that means they're putting money before their belief in God.
Let me help you guys out, though. We don't need let me just debunk this myth. We don't need every black person to jump on board with us for us to get something accomplished, because that's not going to happen. Trust me, every white person is not on board with every white person, regardless. Even with white supremacy, you got some people that's not with it. You know what I'm saying? Every Jewish person is not on board with what they're doing to Kyrie Irving. Seriously.
Right.
So I'm telling you, we don't need the 100% black race to get something. We just need a certain amount of percentage. I wish I could tell you 50, 75, or 60. I don't know the number. But I'll tell you this. All we have to do, it's already been proven. Look at the NFL. What, 3-4 years ago, everybody stopped watching it. Their ratings plummet. They get money because of the ratings. All I ask people, and all we've been asking people, don't watch the game. That's it. It don't listen. You can find something else to watch. Get on your internet. Get on social media. Don't watch the game. It's not gonna kill you. You can always go back if you want to monitor the game. Go back and look at the scoreboard. You know, on the page. But don't watch the game. Send a message, people. Right now, a lot of these people that you guys are naming, they backtracking. Oh, that punishment is too stiff. We living in America. It's the freedom of religion, freedom of press, all those. You cannot deny a man his religion here in this country.
That's right.
You can't deny that.
Yeah.
Now, because you don't agree with what I agree with, so now you anti-Semitic. Come on now, people. They don't listen. These are the protective class. The LGBTQ.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's another one.
Yeah, they're very protective. The immigrants, the migrants, whatever you want to call them. The Asians. Am I right? These are protective class of people that you can't say nothing about, and the Jews. All these off limit, but I can call you an NIGER. I can call you BICTH.
Oh, yeah.
I can sing a song about killing another black person, shoot him in the head. But if I say something against Jews in a rap song or gays in a rap song, it's a rap. It's a rap. It's a rap.
Oh, yeah. Because the Jews, it's some Jews and some gays that own record labels. So of course they ain't gonna let you get no record like that. That ain't gonna happen.
Well,
you know, the thing is, it's just like what he said. We live in a country where we have a constitution that protects you from being retaliated against. And those protected classes that he's mentioning, the constitution don't seem to apply to those classes. It overrides that. That in itself lets you know that something is wrong. So, and then with the Jew thing, there are a lot of white people that are pissed off about this because they're Christians. But see, we've been trained to play these racial games that we don't know how to come together for a common goal, regardless to what your race is. By this being a Christian issue, black people need to be forming with anybody that's a Christian and say, hey, wait a minute. They can't tell us that if we honor the words of our book, that we are at risk of losing our job. So it's ways this can be fixed. The sad part of it is that black people we can do everything, but when it comes to organizing and getting stuff like this done, we all of a sudden we lost.
Frozen in fear, sister. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Sister, it's frozen. We're frozen in fear. Everybody trying to eat. Everybody trying to eat. Well, I got to feed my family. You shouldn't have ran out there and got that big mortgage. Because listen, no job here in America is safe, secure. Trust me. Anybody know if you're black, you are the first fired and the last hired. You know that. Trust me. And I got to remind you guys, they did not bring us over here to be doctors, lawyers, politicians, and mayors and president. They brought us over here to serve the interests, their interests, white people, white society, white supremacists. And the same with those educated people. Those of you that are educated, your education benefits the white man. It don't benefit your people, not your people.
Absolutely.
It benefits them.
Absolutely.
I trained you to be an accountant for my big corporation. I trained you to be a computer programmer for my corporation. I trained you to do this for my corporation. And I'm going to tell you how deep this goes. There's nothing. You cannot be self-employed unless you go through the white man. You cannot marry unless you go through the white man. You cannot even open up a business unless you go through the white man. You can't even open up a school unless you go through the white man.
Yeah.
You cannot buy land in this country unless you go through the white man.
So if we know that to be true, Martin, and see, this is what pissed me off about my people. They all over the internet talking about, well, that was anti-Semitic. I'm like, first of all, y'all throwing this word around like y'all been using it for the last 20 years and you ain't. You just repeating the word that you see being repeated over and over again in the public. You didn't even know what anti-Semitic was before this. But
I'm still learning.
They throwing this around, and it's not anti-Semitic if it's the truth. I have put something on a post you put up earlier. Have you heard about what's going on with Muhammad Ali daughter, Layla Ali?
Yeah, what's going on with her?
Okay, well, what's going on with her is that you guys know she is an undefeated champ. Okay, she is right now in court with a Jewish company. You know why? Because they're telling her that because they own Muhammad Ali's name, she cannot use the last name Muhammad Ali on her brand because it'll affect their bottom line.
I did hear about that. Well, I did hear about that. I didn't know the details.
And she's in court right now fighting it. So they're basically telling this young lady, whose name is Layla Ali, well, because we own your daddy's name and his name was Muhammad, you can't use your name. And they're Jews. Where's the lies at?
Wow.
This stuff is going on right now. And black people don't research nothing. They don't look up nothing. They don't. So that's the reason why so many of them run around talking about, oh, well, that was anti-Semitic. No, it wasn't. It was the truth.
It's the truth.
And the truth hurts.
It hurts. But you know
what?
A
lot of us don't like the truth.
Yeah, they have reduced us to a childlike state. They
put us in the corner.
Right. And when you're a child, you're dependent on someone else. See, we don't have our independence in this country. Now, we just don't have our independence. Oh, I got another call. Hold on, ladies. Ladies and gents, I'm sorry. Hey, caller, where you calling from?
Arkansas.
Arkansas in the house. All right, hold on. All right, I got an Arkansas caller. She's a female, and I want to hear what she got to say.
Born and raised in Chicago.
Okay, but it's okay. I got a buddy in Little Rock, Arkansas right now. Born and raised. Come on, sister, talk to me.
Nice to meet you, sis.
Same for you. Well, I was hearing you saying about like the big mortgage, and I wanted to comment on that because we as the people think we're supposed to be living in these grand big houses that we really can't pay for because it's taking away time from the family. We get these big jobs and big cars, and we forget about our children. And it's sad. This is why so much is going on because the mamas are not at home and the daddy's been gone. But the mama, she's trying to make so much money to put these brand new shoes on these kids that they don't need every month. It's just getting to a point where it's all about what we look like.
That's a good point.
And it's killing us.
Well, you know, I say the old saying that I used to tell parents or mothers, don't give a child everything that you didn't have. Buy them everything that you didn't have, but teach them everything that you didn't know. And I guarantee you, if you do that, your child will prosper in life. Because, you know, a lot of times, a lot of us I was raised up dirt poor. It isn't like I got a lot of money now, but dirt poor. It was 6 of us living in a 3-bedroom apartment. Never owned a bed until I got grown. Never had my own bed until I got grown. I mean, just it's life. I had to collect bottles. I had to carry groceries. I had to shovel snow. I had to paper route. Had to, I had to do a lot of things, do little odds and end work because
Taught you character.
yeah, but that's what I had to do to make it. So I just had to throw that
Martin, I
out.
would.
Go ahead.
Now
Okay,
it's just from.
Hold on, let me
I
hear
think
from the brother, sister. Hold on. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay.
Martin, I was just listening to what you were just saying, and like I said, none of us had a perfect upbringing. But one thing I do know for sure is that we don't have a choice as to what our living conditions were as children, but we do have a choice on our living conditions as adults. So, I know a lot of women working 2 or 3 jobs, and that's cool and all, but you still got a choice in that too. It's 2 sides to that coin. You know what I mean? As far as selection of men, responsible men, that's being able to work and provide for the children they help to create. So it's just a thought that I was just having.
Okay, well, you can't put some people is just satisfied with a place to stay. They don't have to have a big home. They don't have to have a brand new car and food on their table, all the bills paid. They satisfied with that. That's all they want in life. They're not trying to be a politician. They're not trying to be a doctor or a lawyer. They're not trying to be famous or anything. They just want the simple, plain things in life, which no man or woman or children should be denied. Food, shelter, clothing.
Mm-hmm.
That's a God-given right.
Yeah.
That's not no option. That's not no choice. Everybody should have a place to stay, clothes on their back, and shelter, food to eat. That shouldn't be an option. That shouldn't even be a choice. In a country like this, that allowing migrants to come over here across the border, they come in because they've been promised something, people. And I'm going to say it again. I've been saying it the last couple of lives. A real estate friend of mine, she told me, a real estate agent told her, she sold 5 houses without a social security number. Now let Martin Johnson try to go and buy a house and don't present his social security number. What do you think going to happen?
So,
is that racist?
The FBI, the IRS, and everybody else going to be looking for him.
So my point is, my brother, the basic needs should no one be denied, to have the basic necessities of life to survive. That's all I'm saying. People, right now, the other day we had a windstorm. People out there trying to hold their tent together, keep from blowing away. Born and raised in this country, speak the language. Their mother paid taxes, their father paid taxes. And they out living in tents. And here's people coming from another country. They can't speak the language. We don't know criminal background. We don't know their health issues. And you house and clothe and feed them? What type of society?
You need to do it for your own veterans. Yep.
And then when you do give them space, you tell them you're going to be in by 6 o'clock.
And kick them out in the morning.
See, and that's right. That's the crazy part. And that's why it is imperative. I mean, come on. If you want different results, you have to do different things. The way we going about this, it can't keep going this way. Otherwise, ain't no hope. Everybody want to say, well, I got the hope. First of all, faith without works it don't even work. So you can hope and wish and pray all you want. You have to go out there and you have to actually do the work. So yeah, you got to sacrifice them Jordans. You got to turn that TV off. You have to say, you know what? I love these things, but I want something better for my race. I want us to have power. I want us to walk in the. You know what? The Chinese, they're a very good example for this. The Chinese community, or the Asian community, period. Do you know that they are the most respected in the country, but they have the lowest numbers for voting. So when people, and that's another thing, when people quick to say, well, you got to get out and vote, I'm like, that's a lie. Because all these Chinese people, they don't vote at all. It's not about the vote, it's about the unity. It's about when you come in one of ours, all hell gonna break loose. And we gonna stand together and we gonna hurt you, we're gonna hit you where it hurts. Because at the end of the line, it's all about money.
That's it.
That's right.
That's it. At the end
If
of
you hit their pocket, they gonna fall in line.
Yep.
But we don't want to give up our joy.
we
don't want to turn off Sports Center.
My goodness, say it, sister.
I don't want to give up.
We can't make it. Listen.
Ordering.
Go ahead, sister. Go ahead. You were saying something?
He was ordering all these clothes and shoes and stuff like that. And I give you the opinion, but he's also a role model.
Sister, you sound like that's how you sound. So you're not clear.
Hold on. Okay.
You sound like. But why
I was saying he's a Rick Ross. They were showing that he's a hoarder, and he was saying he got all these clothes, and you know he wants to seem big because he's saying he's not a hoarder. He just got a lot of stuff, but he's a role model. And this is what our children are looking at, thinking they're supposed to have all this stuff, and it's called that you survived or you made it to the top. But to me, he really the bottom of the barrel if that's what he thinks important.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, and that's why kids are following.
This is one thing I agree with President Obama before he got in office. I didn't agree with all his terms and stuff. He did tell the parents, cut the TV out, read your child a book or something. That's what we need to do. I mean, it's human nature to look for the easy way out. When I was teaching my youngsters how to read, I told them, I said, there's no shortcut to reading. You have to keep reading, and more you read, the better you become. That's what I taught them. So those are basic things. Some people, they only repeat what they see Fox News say, what CNN say, whatever the social media say. They don't do no research. They have no critical thinking skills. They only apply the whole world to their own life. If it ain't happening to me, it's not happening in the world. I never got raped. I never got robbed. So it's not happening in my community. That's not true. And I'm like this, because a person don't believe a certain thing, that doesn't make it not true. You probably don't believe in God, but that doesn't mean that there's no God and he does exist because you don't believe it. So my point is to people, enough of us have to stick together and get things done. Let me say that. Enough of us. Let's use that. Don't say all black people, because all black people are not going to get together. You know, you're going to have some Uncle Toms or whatever. You're going to have some house Negroes, some field Negroes. They want crumbs from the master table. And some people, they are not thinking race first. They're thinking for self first. I got mine. Right. I got my house. I got my wife. I got my education. But don't you know, young man and young lady, if it wasn't for ordinary people, uneducated people marching in the civil rights movement, made it where you can go to these schools and get college educated and open up doors for you to do certain things. Now that you got this degree and this great job, you don't know black people. White people have told you you're better than them. At the end of the day, you are N-I-G-G-E-R. That's what you are. Trust me. Now listen.
And you know, they got our children. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, sister. Go ahead.
They got our children caught up in that they supposed to be playing all these sports and, you know, doing this. But I feel like if you go to school from 8 to 3, then you got practice. Where are you learning at home? What chores are you doing? You know, what quality time are you spending teaching your kid? You just sending your child with a coach that you barely know. Who told you that they had to play sports? I agree kids need to be working out, but what are they learning? See, in my household, my kids, they want to play, but there's certain things you got to learn at home first before you even think you're going to play. And they want to start them in elementary school playing basketball. They're taking your child and installing things that you really don't even know what's going on.
Well, that's because black, you know, we're working mules. You know, and this is an argument that I had years ago. Because people were telling me, well, why don't you put your daughter in this? Why don't you put your daughter in that? No, my daughter played volleyball. My daughter played chess. I wanted her to do all the things that is not standard in the Black community, because this is what you're going to find in the hood at these kids' schools.
Right.
They're going to have a sports team, either basketball or football. And then for the girls, they're going to have drill team or cheerleading, which ain't nothing but shaking your behind.
Say it again.
So no, my daughter can't be on the cheerleading squad. She can't do that because that's what y'all expect. You're putting her in a box. You're making her a statistic. No, I want her to do something different. And a lot of people just couldn't understand that. Like when I be like, my daughter don't dance, you know what I'm saying? And they like, she don't dance. No, my daughter don't dance. She don't get in front of the camera and get to shaking and gyrating and all that. Now, there's nothing wrong with dancing. I love dancing. You know what I'm saying? The new dances that they do, I love to watch the kids dance. But what I'm saying is that they've equated the Black female with twerking. You know, and I'm removing all them stigmas from my house. It's a lot that we have to work on inside the home. And I'm happy that you brought that up, sister. Because another thing that's going around too, with this thing with the Jews and the anti-Semitism and all this crap, there's a video going viral where there's a Jew speaking to the people, and they exactly remember you, Martin. You was talking about the school to prison pipeline,
Right?
And this Jew man specifically said, "We don't send our kids to public school. We send our kids to the temple. We put their kids in school." And the way it's set up, if you look at it, if you look at all of the most powerful institutions in America, they all resemble each other. The school, the prison, the church, and it's another one. Oh, and factory workers.
Let me write
they
that
all
down.
resemble it.
Hold on, let me write that down. I like that. Let me write that down. Let me get.
It's the school system.
Okay, the school,
the church,
the
Orthodox Church.
Okay.
Warehouses.
And
prison.
Warehouses. Okay.
Because what a lot of people don't understand is that our school system was created back for the industrial age. The reason why kids are not making it through school today is because we're out of the industrial age. The industrial age, because remember, in America, it was all about factories and importing and exporting. So that's what they were setting people up to do, basically leave school and go work in a factory. So this is the reason why now we have all these dropouts. And it's all colors, because, you know, Black women are the most college educated in the nation. So it's everybody else that's dropping out. And the reason why is because it's a system that's not working. That's why these kids. Another thing, what's his name? Christopher Watt put Chicago to work. He put up a post talking about the school to prison pipeline, and one of the people said something that never occurred to me. In the Cook County Jail, their colors match the school uniforms of inner city public school kids, which is khaki and blue. You put our kids in jail colors. I say, the game is sold, it ain't told.
But it's only,
and no one's paying no attention.
It's only being played on us. Go ahead, brother.
Exactly.
The game don't work unless we voluntarily participate in the game.
Okay, let me say this, brother. Let me say this, brother. Let me say this. You can't play the game if you don't know how to play it. So if we're not aware that a game is being played on us, then we've been deceived. So you gotta take that in mind, brother. If I'm out here shooting dice with somebody that don't know how the game go, I'm gonna be a winner anytime. Anything I say, go. Even though I might not understand, I might feel
I
something
agree.
right. So, brother, we don't know the game that's being played on us. And those of us that do know the game, we have to educate others. Hey, this is a game. This is a game. Listen, this is a game being played on us. So we in a chess match right now. We're not playing checkers.
Absolutely.
It's a chess match, brother. Yes, we have a choice, but we don't have the fair choice because we don't know the game being played on us. When the people don't know that they don't know. Think about it, brother. The Holocaust, I don't know how long did the Holocaust last, but I know we've been in slavery for 400 some years, brother. These people got a 400 years head start on us. We're speaking their language. They telling us what words mean. They telling us what's right and what's wrong. We're dealing with a race of people that use religion as a weapon to get anything they want. This country was not built on the principles of Jesus Christ, of God. This country got taken through murder, rape, genocide, all above. So, and they robbed us of our culture and our religion. They made us.
You know the biggest game they play on
that does include Christianity, Martin, because the settlers and the pilgrims that came over here, they were Christian, and they brought that over here with them. Because if you look at everything in the justice system, in God we trust. The God that they're talking about is the Christian God. And this is another thing, like with COVID, that a lot of people didn't peep game. And I've told my family that are all Christians, I say, don't y'all know that out of all religions, y'all are the most abused and violated by your own government. And the reason why is because they use the religion to manipulate and control. I'll give you an example. I had just shared a thing on my video where Child Protective Services is knocking on this black man's door. They got 2 police with them, and they're trying to make this man open his door to show his kid. And he said 2 things that stood out, because the police never opened their mouth after this man made this statement. He said, you don't, because basically Child Protective Services said they was knocking on his door because he didn't take his child to the doctor. So he said, first of all, he said, you don't know my religion. He said, I don't have a contract with you or this state. What he's saying is that my religion is totally different. I don't have to follow the rules that Christians have to follow. So therefore, I don't have to do what you Christians come knocking on my door telling me what I have to do. Because as you know, in the Bible, the government has rights granted by God to regulate the public. So when they've been using the religion in the court system since the beginning to be able to say that, look, I'm morally correct and I can't be doing this wrong because the Bible says that as the government, I have the right to regulate and I have the right to dictate. So when you have a different religion, that's when you kick in and tell them, oh, I don't have to follow none of that because I don't believe in what y'all believe in. And they have to stop. They have to stop. That's why I said this thing going on with this Jewish thing is really violating federal law. And no one is saying anything about it because you can't retaliate against a person for their religious belief. But the Jews are doing it in every facet. Oh, well, if you don't ride with us, if you don't believe what we say, or you say anything against us, we're going to cut ties with you and we're going to cancel you. That's retaliation. That's federally illegal.
So are you saying that Kyrie could file a lawsuit?
Yeah, he could file a lawsuit, especially if it depends. He said that he has started to go into his history and learn some things. So I don't know what Irving identified as his religion.
But we do know Muhammad Ali did that. Muhammad Ali did the same thing. He ended up not getting drafted into the army because of his religious beliefs. And so they took his title, they did all kinds of stuff. And I think he sat out so many years before his title was reinstated because he was Muslim.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Other religions, they have protections in place. Think about COVID. When you heard all of those people that were getting fired for not taking a jab, how many Muslims did you see on TV or on the internet saying they lost their job? I didn't see one.
No, me neither.
Now, me, like I said, I left Christianity when I was 19. My daughter hasn't been vaccinated since she was 3. So my daughter never had any vaccinations or immunizations during her public school life. So when this happened, and now she's in high school, and I went up there and was telling them, I don't do vaccines. We don't do that in my house. And they tried to, they didn't really come to me hard because I stopped them in the beginning, but they questioned it, and I told them, I said, well, then what you need to do is contact the Board of Education and you will find out. Long before COVID happened, my daughter wasn't getting vaccinated and immunized, so she's not getting it now. So what they're doing is, if you're a Christian, they're arguing against everything. They, no, that ain't, we can do this, we can do that to you. They have nothing in place to protect them, because the very people that are making these laws and making these mandates are Christians.
Well, so-called Christians.
So it's their own, exactly. And I'm sitting up here looking like, I'm like, y'all have no protection. These people just, I mean, every time I look up, I'm seeing somebody being violated. And the people that's doing it is claiming, like you say, to be Christian. I'm like, this ain't godly. It doesn't make any sense. It's crazy.
We as people gotta learn how to speak up for ourselves, because I didn't use my Christianity when I told them I wasn't sending my kids to school at this time. I had somebody secretly try to call services on me, but what I told them, you're not gonna harass me. I let them in.
You knew the game.
See everything. But what
you
you're
let
not
them
gonna
in?
do, I let them in. At first, because I ain't had nothing to hide.
Yeah.
But when you're gonna try to continue to come and ask for this and ask for that, wait a minute, hold on, you're not messing with a fool. What you're not gonna do is harass me. You see these kids are fed and they clean. When I get ready to send them to school, I send them to school.
Yeah. Can I say one thing on that, sis? In the future, the worst thing you could do is let them in, even if you don't have nothing to hide, because that's the trick they always use against us. Say, well, if you ain't got nothing to hide, why we can't come in? The reason why it's very dangerous for you to let them in, once they make contact with you, it generates a report. Once the report has been generated, it goes into the system. You can't put a report in the system about a person that had no contact with you. They have to have a name. This is the reason why. Anytime
they had a name. That's why I say they had my name. Somebody reported that my kids wasn't going to school, so they had a name.
They had the name, but I'm saying that they can't say that they spoke to you. See, once you speak to them, it opens a dialogue for quote unquote investigation. I'm gonna tell you something. Criminals know the law better than law-abiding citizens, and I've been told by many criminals, they like, people mess up when they know the police or the system is out there and they open the door. I know people right now that people was looking for them for years. They never found them simply because they didn't open up the door.
Oh, I can believe that, because they was gone when I told them I'm not about to do this.
Yeah. So I can talk to you through the door, but you telling me you can see once you comply, and I say you can see my child, I've already let you enforce your control over me. See, I'm not even opening up the door. Go get a warrant. Go get a warrant from a judge, and then I'll let you in. If you don't have a warrant, I'm not letting you in here to look at my child. What you need to look at my child for?
It's trickery.
So that's just exactly. Once you open the door, you give them the right. That's why I would never let them in. But once again, the people who are sovereign citizens and the Moors and the 5%ers and the spiritual folk, I be telling people, I'm like, don't y'all find it strange that none of them people go through the stuff that the everyday people in this country go through?
Yeah, because they know the laws. They take time to study the laws.
There you go.
Not the power. Ignorance is really expensive. The less you know, the more it'll cost you in the end. So, we live in an age of information. So anything that we want to know, we could just find out with the tip of our fingers on our desktop or cell phone, whatever. It's out there if you want to look it up.
What's your name, brother?
My name is
Are they
Kennard.
gonna look it up is the problem.
I'm sorry, I
They don't
can't
have
hear
time.
you. What did you say his name was, Martin?
I didn't hear it either.
My name is Kennard.
Kennard.
Yes.
You know, Kennard, you just said that we're in the age of information. And isn't it sad that in the age we living in where information is at the tip of a finger, we have the dumbest people in society?
But you know
They
what?
don't know nothing.
Because they don't want to know. The thing is, when you know stuff, you're responsible for what you know.
I agree.
When you're in a position to teach, you know, that's a great responsibility to have. It's much more easier in life to just not know and leave that responsibility up to the next person, and in turn, you're dependent upon the next person. That's why the churches are so big. You know, that's why some of these industries, so many of us work for these different industries because we don't know. We may not know how to repair a car or know how to help somebody with a surgery or something along those lines. So for all that we don't know, there's somebody else that
I
does
agree
know,
with that what he said because
and then we have to depend upon them in order for us to survive. You know, so that's just the reality of it. So we do have the option while we're on this planet to learn what we want to know, and in turn that'll make us stronger. It's something as simple as, say, if you wanted to go and learn Spanish, you know, well, everybody else, they may not know Spanish, they may just know English, but you know English and Spanish. That's going to open up a whole lot more doors for you, you know, but instead we take our time, some of us take our time learning how to do a new dance or learning how to, take a certain drug or this or that. None of this stuff is helping you to grow.
Mm-hmm.
So none of this stuff is helping our people overall. It's just a waste of time.
you want to talk about research? If you research how many women have C-section these days, you will probably be on your knees.
Oh no, I'm a testimony to that.
I would tell you that medical is so deceitful because they want their money, and we are uneducated on how to have a baby and don't know how to stand up for ourselves. I get it, you know, some of us, I wouldn't call us dumb, but I would just say we uneducated. Because for my first two children, I didn't understand how to labor, but I refused to allow them to cut me again.
Mm-hmm.
And I demanded to allow me to labor. But they wanted to tell me after two, you got to get the third one. That's a lie. I pushed my baby out.
You didn't have to get the first one, sir.
Exactly. I did not. But me not knowing how to labor and how to do it, that's what happened.
Right.
It wasn't until my mom was able to be in there with me and help me and push me through that, I was able to do it. You know, we don't tell our ladies that when you get ready to have your baby, it's like getting in the ring to fight. You got to get your body ready. All that laying around not going to help you. You got to get up. You got to walk around. You got to drink your water. They tell you don't eat because you're going to throw up. Well, what energy you going to have if you in labor 18 hours?
Yeah, they give us a lot of false information. But you know what? If you go in there and we're talking about research and we're talking about knowing what you know.
Knowing what you know.
When I went in there, I had my first child at almost 30. So I had started noticing a lot of stuff that just didn't look right to me. And for me, being in the Black community and 80% of our women are overweight. Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting up here looking at this, I'm like, where's this coming from? And I've seen so many women saying that their number one problem is their stomach area. They can't get rid of the gut. And then come to find out that you have the hardest time getting rid of your gut if you have a cesarean. Mm-hmm. So now I'm researching this and I'm seeing all of the women, Black women, are giving cesareans more than any other race of women.
Yes.
And this is what people don't realize. The reason why doctors prefer to give a cesarean is because it's quicker and it's faster to cut you and take your baby out than to have your baby vaginal.
If they got that baby.
So what they're doing is they're rushing your delivery. Mm-hmm. This is why so many Black women are dying.
Yes.
In hospitals because they're being cut on, and this is what they do. They're telling these women, well, you're not dilating, so you have to be cut on. So what I did was, when I was going in for my prenatal care, I told them coming in the door. I said, I'm telling you right now, when that phone call get made, and I tell y'all I'm on my way because I'm in labor, or if I'm coming through the emergency room, put it on my record. Any doctor that come in my room talking about you have to have a cesarean, I'm putting a malpractice lawsuit on you. See, I'm not even gonna play this game with y'all because I know what y'all do to black women. You're not gonna do it to me. So when I got there, they already knew she ain't going, but they still botched it. I mean, I'm here, but I almost died 3 times, but that's another story too. But
yeah, because at the end of the day, they let you go through labor, laying in the bed. That's not how we were. First of all, that's not how we were built to have babies laying on your back. How you gonna labor laying on your back? Mm-hmm. You need to be walking around, and we have to remember. Don't be afraid. You need to know you don't have to run to the hospital as soon as you're in labor, because it's gonna be uncomfortable if you're having a hospital baby.
Let me say something real quick.
If you're healthy.
I want to say something real quick.
Go ahead, man.
One person just texted me, a personal friend of mine. He said, I pay claims. They are right. They pay a lot more for C-section. It's considered as surgery and pays more, and it pays more. So I just want to say that. Sister, you're right.
Yeah. And it's sad, Martin. It's sad because it does a lot of things. It tears up the woman's body.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, she's at so much risk for infection and death, and then not even only that, if you're lucky enough to live through it, then you have this culture where they become angry, mad, and they lash out at any woman. Okay, I didn't have a C-section. I had my baby vaginally. I also breastfed, so it sucked my stomach back in. I had so many friends who I thought was my friends, neighbors, that when they saw my body go back to the way it was, I became public enemy number 1. They hated me because my body went back and they feel like their body is destroyed. And I'm sitting up here telling them, I'm like, look, this is the reason why our race is in so much trouble, because we stray from the norm of nature and we try to, you can't put a different shape in another peg and expect for it to work. Okay, we're supposed to breastfeed. We're not supposed to be giving our kids this stuff that they made in the lab. They call it a chemical formula for a reason. We learned in science about the periodic table of elements in chemistry. They call it a formula because it's a chemical equation that they give your baby.
Mm-hmm.
When you breastfeed, it sucks your stomach back in. Everybody can't.
Some women.
No. Every woman can't breastfeed.
But
But listen, ma'am, because I knew that was gonna come. They say every woman can't breastfeed. I didn't walk around with my baby on my chest. The breast pump worked for everybody.
Yeah.
So I use the breast pump for my milk. So it's not. There are alternatives to do things.
Yeah, I agree.
So when you don't do what your body's supposed to do, what it's built to do, you're gonna have problems. Then you're mad at the
one problem
lady.
is that we so worried about snapback that we ain't worried about our baby health.
Wait a minute.
As soon as the word snap back to what you was. You supposed to be healthy and feeding that baby, getting your body back the nutrients that you just lost. But you're so busy on worried about going back to what you were, your body look like.
Yeah.
And that's not the most important thing.
Our priorities be screwed up. And that's what I'm saying. We got so much work to do in our communities, and we can fix it. Most of these things have the solution. We're just not willing to do it. Martin, I tip my hat to the man. This man has been out there on the line for this stuff going on in these nail salons and all this type of stuff.
What's your name?
My name is Fenice.
Fenice. Did you know the body don't heal for 2 years after you had that first baby?
Yes.
2 years, but most women don't know that. They back at work at 6 weeks.
I was scared. I didn't let a man touch me for 2 years. I went through hell. I was scared. Like when I hear them women that when they go back for their 6-week checkup, they pregnant with another baby, I'll be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
I was afraid. I was afraid because I had to heal.
Because we are diminishing our families. We don't have families no more. We have couples, a mama and a child. And I ain't saying nothing wrong with that, but it ain't normal.
No, it's not normal
It's
at
not
all.
normal.
But another thing too, and it's funny you should bring that up too. Did y'all see the thing that went viral about the black girl that was in the hospital? She was pregnant and she's telling the nurse practitioner, I can't work. And the white nurse practitioner is telling her, I'm the doctor. I examined you. I said you can go back to work. Did y'all see that video?
Yeah, I seen
I
that.
saw it.
Okay, now a lot of people was talking about that. And I always get attacked because I always say the truth is what people don't want to hear. I told him, I say she a racist. I say she a racist and she wrong for that. I say, but we got to take responsibility for that. And they like, what do you mean? I say, the reason why we got to take responsibility for that, I said, it's because we have let this society and we let women live and we let the feminism movement tell us, yes, that we are strong black women
Mm-hmm.
and that we are exempt from being vulnerable and from being weak, and we wear it like a banner across our chest. I'm a strong black woman. And so when people see us, they be like, she's strong. She can handle it. Go back to work.
Mm-hmm.
We got to stop that. And I've been telling black women for the last 2 years, stop claiming that strong black woman. You're supposed to be strong when you have to be, not because you want to be.
Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
Well,
I don't know.
and we don't get no sympathy. We don't get no sympathy. Nobody wants to carry our bag. Nobody wants to help us because I'm a strong black woman. I can do everything myself. Baby, you can't do everything yourself. That's why we dead between the ages of 60 and 65 because we worn out.
Yeah.
But see, that's like what you said, going against nature. I mean, black woman is supposed to be feminine by nature. But I guess because, some of these sisters got decent jobs or got a degree or something like that, they feel as though
She better than her man.
right, they can compete with a man or be masculine, and that's the first thing from the truth. You just got a good job. You just really got a degree. But you can do both and still be a woman, still be feminine, still be a mother, be nurturing. You can do both.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And again, another thing I want to say is it takes everybody knows it takes two incomes to make it. So earlier we talked about some mothers go out and get 3-4 jobs or something along them lines. She got 5-6 hustles. She wouldn't need all that if she had a man by her side. But see, ain't no room for 2 kings in 1 castle. So ain't no man gonna pull into no woman who's trying to be a man.
Yeah.
So that's counterproductive. So a lot of what we talk about with all the crime and everything going on and all the battles that black folks is facing, it all starts at the home. We ain't even got our home together.
I just said that last time I called the show.
Yeah.
It starts at home.
Because don't it irritate you that they know what these men are like, but as soon as they had the kids, they don't want to be bothered with the man? You knew what this man was like.
See, that's that game. See, is that, that to me what makes, and not even so much as a woman, but makes an adult is being able to make a decision and stick with it.
Yeah.
In spite of everything ain't gonna be perfect. Every man, every woman, ain't nobody perfect. The sooner we could accept that, the easier we can get along and get together and raise our children. That should be priority number 1, to be husbands and wives instead of baby mamas.
Baby mamas and baby daddies.
And we got to go through the history because one thing I knew my grandmother had 14 babies on her back.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't going. Y'all weren't going to keep tricking me.
You got a choice.
That's
called breaking generational. That's called breaking generational curses.
Right.
Yeah.
You in the driver's seat. It's your call. It's what you want to do. That's the reality of it. Regardless, before you get into the environment and our people and black man, black woman, it's you. You choose. It's people that came out of prison that got master degrees. It's people that went to college as dope fiends. That's because they chose that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I can't, a lot of this stuff, I can't buy excuses with our people because we got opportunities just like everybody else. We just got to recognize the opportunity there, and in some cases, make the opportunity.
Yes.
Well, let me just say, brother, all opportunities are not equal, brother. You know that. Come on now. Come on
I
now.
agree. Yeah.
Come on
I
now. We
understand.
know.
I understand that
Oh,
completely.
I'm chosen now. Come on now, brother. Come on now.
You know, Martin, they tell us that our kids learn better in the white kids' school, in the Hispanic school. So we pay all this money to go live in their neighborhood and their schools, and then they turn around, those kids don't know how to deal with their own people. Instead of us fixing the problem in our own community, we go in their schools and they don't know what to do with our kids and they don't care about our kids.
Well, you know what? Go
Well,
back to that
go
brother.
ahead.
That brother said, it starts at home. If I say this, I said it before. Listen to this. If a strong black woman, I hate that term, but it's been used. You're away from your children from 8 to 10 to 12 hours a day. You don't know what's being poured inside your seed, your children.
That's right.
So we have a lot of successful, the sister said earlier, black women are the most educated of all the races. But look at her children. Her children out here buck wild.
Yep.
So she's winning in one hand, but in another hand, she's losing. And I don't just want a female badge, but it's a male tool as well, because he play a part.
No, Martin. See, that's why I speak up for the men, because see, when men say stuff, they get trashed. See, I told you, I was a very firm supporter of Kevin Samuels. When he died, I cried.
Right.
Because somebody needs to say these things, because you just said another one. You repeated what I said, which is a proven statistic. Black women are the most college educated in the United States of America. If we are the most college educated in the United States, the freest nation in the world, why do black women have the highest numbers for eviction in the nation? The reason why is because what grandma and them call the educated fool. You so smart, you dumb. You got these degrees, but you willing to go buy Jordans and iPhones for your kid and video games and put True Religion jeans on them for $200 than to pay your rent. That's why you're getting evicted. They don't evict people who pay rent.
That's right.
So come on now, if we're the number one, and when they did the statistics, when they start breaking it down, they started putting them where they need to go. Number one, the reason why, they ain't got no husband. They single parents. And the grandmas is in the club. You know what I'm saying? Well, I mean, at some point you have to wake up. You have to wake up and look at what's going on. And this boss diva crap, and I'm this and I'm that, and you can't tell me what to do. This is the reason why our community, so, and it goes back to the stuff that's going on with the NBA. Having no unity. If you didn't have it when you was coming up, you ain't gonna have it when you get out there into the world.
That's right.
Yeah,
and we're not being. Go ahead.
Let me take one more call.
A good movie for a lot of people to watch is Hidden Figures. What I noticed is that woman, she worked. The one that didn't have, Catherine, I think that was her name, that didn't have a husband, but the mama was there.
Ladies, hold on. Let me take this call.
Grandmothers.
Hold on. Let me take this call. Hey, caller, where you calling from?
Chicago, Southside.
Okay, do me a favor. Can you turn your Facebook down? All the way, cut it off. Just talk to me on the phone. Listen in.
Okay.
All right. All right, lady. We got a gentleman online, but I want the ladies to continue to talk. I'm gonna let him talk soon. Go ahead.
I was getting ready to say we missing the grandmothers, and they are so into their bodies and they men that they got and they careers they want to keep. They're not trying to help the daughters like the grandmothers back in the day did. You know, well, the grandmothers back in the day had a standard to live up to. They were ladies, you know, and they taught us this is not appropriate. You know what I'm saying? And the real big mamas, you wasn't finna walk out of the house in no pajama pants and in no bonnet.
A bonnet.
You not finna walk out of grandma's house looking like that. She gonna tell you ain't coming back up in here. And the real big mama didn't have a cocktail every night either, like these new ones do. Shoot. They didn't know what Papa did. They didn't join in. Right. No, let me tell you something. I was just telling somebody, it's funny that you brought that up. Because I was telling them, I say, y'all keep complaining about the men and and they ain't got nothing to offer you and leave you and all this type of stuff. I say, remember Big Mama, her house was paid for, and she had that Cadillac in the garage. And when she got mad at her husband, she didn't put him out. She put him in the next room. See, what she was teaching us was, just because you mad at him, you don't break up the family.
Oh man, what you
right.
talking
Good
about?
point. Sister,
Because you know what? Granddaddy still had to get up and go to work, pay that note, pay that mortgage, and she cooked his food. She did everything. She just told him, "You've been out there with them hookers, and you're not gonna lay in the bed with me, but you can go in the next room over there." But she wasn't gonna put her husband out.
he said some facts there. Well, hold on, sister. I got a brother online. I want to hear what he got to say. Come on, brother.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I'm from the south side of Chicago, man. Hey, that lady right there, what you talking about?
We supposed to be talking about the NBA, but
Right,
you know,
but-
when black
but-
people get to talking, it
But hold on,
goes
sister.
everywhere.
Hold on,
But
sister.
I was talking. Oh,
Hold on, brother.
okay.
What is it that you want to talk about?
I want to talk about white people, man. White people. White people, man. I love white people.
You
You
what?
say you love white people?
So you love
Yeah,
white people?
yeah.
I got some white people that I love.
So
That's
what
cool.
you say?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
What you trying to say? We hate white people? It's a crank caller, y'all. He's a crank.
He might have
caller.
been a troll. He was a troll. Yeah,
Wow.
but what we have to do is we gotta, like I said the last time I was on your show, Martin, this war, this battle of the sexist thing that we've been programmed to be in. We gotta let it go, especially now, because we haven't even seen the inflation and the recession that's about to hit us because of COVID.
It's coming.
Yes, it's coming. And I'm telling people, I'm like, if you got people don't get me wrong, I ain't telling nobody to hold on to trash. If you got a person ain't carrying their weight and they just living off you and ain't doing nothing, yeah, that's a person you get rid of. But if you have a partner that's meeting you and they're paying bills and they're doing what they're supposed to be doing and they're helping you,
Hold on,
especially me. Oh,
I got one more caller. Oh, he just hung up. They just hung
Okay.
up. But call back, caller,
Oh,
803, because they want to talk about their
And-
son. Go ahead.
okay. And you got men that are willing to come in your house and help you raise kids that's not his. That man needs some respect.
But you know, it's. I think the sisters are either going to one extreme or the other. They either getting a bum, they either want a bum or a millionaire.
Yeah.
And everybody
There's no in between.
Everybody in between is average, normal people, and they getting looked over for any little reason. Oh, well, his beard don't look right. His hair too long. He's too tall. He's too short. Any little petty reason will rule them out. So that's cutting your options down even further. You know,
Yeah.
so you're either gonna end up being a side piece to a millionaire, or you're gonna be a baby mama to a bum, and you're gonna end up taking care of him because he don't work. He might hustle and sell T-shirts or something like that, but he ain't got no job. So you essentially got, say, your 2 kids plus him makes 3 kids. So the thing is, to me, this was like, to me, what I always say is, you got to be a woman first in order to attract a man. You see, the quality of women from my generation are nowhere near the quality of women from my mother's generation.
Exactly.
That's the facts. That's the facts. It's not saying they all bad and they ain't all good. It's
Right.
just there's a difference there, you know. But in order to be a lady,
Hold it, brother. That caller coming. I'm gonna let you talk. Just hold it and get this caller. Hey, caller, what you want to talk about?
How you doing, Martin?
All right. You want to talk about the death of your son, you say, people?
I called you a few weeks back, bro.
Okay, well, I need you to hold on. All right. Okay, hold on. Okay, my brother that was talking. Go ahead.
Okay. In order to be, well, I don't know nothing about being a woman. I'm not a woman. But one thing I can say for sure, in order to be a man, you have to be taught how to be a man. You have to be groomed into that. It just don't happen because you want it to. You know what I mean? So as far as I'm concerned, or even just being an adult, let's say being an adult. But an adult can take care of themselves. They can put a roof over their own head, clothes on their own back, and all this and that. It doesn't make them no better than nobody. They're just being an adult. That's what adults do. So if you yourself are doing that, it seems like to me that you would go and get somebody else who's doing the same as you, but that's not happening.
Well, can I say something, brother, real quick? Somebody just text me
Yes, sir.
some. If a person hustling, selling T-shirts on the streets and stuff like that, and a father to his kids and stuff like his children, women shouldn't knock that either, because everybody's not going to have a 401k. They're not going to have put in their Social Security. You know, look at the Mexicans. I'll give you an example. It's a Mexican family that sells over there by Old Block in the old McDonald's. I'm quite sure they've never been robbed or harassed. And imagine the money that they're making selling corn, snowballs, whatever they're selling over. They're making money. And we laugh and we shooting each other because we got red or blue on, head this way, and it's economics at the end of the day, brother. You got some people out there selling Bing pies. That's all they do. And it's working. It's working.
Now, granted, I ain't taking nothing away from that, Martin. You made a good point, sir.
Yes.
But
I think he's talking about consistency, Martin.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that's what he means, because a lot of these hustlers, they hustle today and then don't do nothing tomorrow.
Well, that's not a hustle.
Everybody ain't a good salesman.
That's not a hustle.
Everybody can't sell. You know, everybody can't hustle. They think they can. They want to make money, but everybody can't hustle.
Well,
so if you know you can't hustle, and like you said, consistency, the consistency ain't there, and you ain't making consistent money, then maybe you should consider getting a job. Or maybe you consider some other way to do it in order to be able to at least be able to provide for yourself, and if you have children, to be able to provide for your children.
Well, let me just
say
this. Anybody that's in sales know that every day the sun is not going to shine. You're going to have some rainy days. You're going to have some snowy days. It's seasonal. Sales are up and down, up and down. So I'm in sales. I know. I mean, I might have a $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 month. Turn around next month, I might have a $3,000 month. It's just how it works. It works like that. You know, it's not that I'm doing something wrong or I lower the product. It's the same product. It depends on the economy, what's out there with the need. You got to meet a need. And go ahead.
If they get hurt, they can't go try to get no Social Security because they ain't paid into it.
Well, I tell you one thing.
Who gonna take care
You
of
can
it?
get it. Anybody, they can get disability. They won't be able to get Social
Let me just
Security.
say this, sister. A lot of us that's paying into Social Security would never live to get it, to receive it.
To see it.
Yep.
Okay? So don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in that. Trust me. Don't get caught up in that. Won't live to see it.
Disability, if you haven't paid anything into it, you're not gonna receive much of nothing.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be pennies to live on, but you still got people that, like some of those gang members, that they wreak havoc, they hold you, and then they wind up getting shot. You know, and now they're in a wheelchair. They're still taken care of because they get their little $600-700 a month, plus they eligible for housing, plus they get, you know what I'm saying? So it's like they almost got the game set up where the people who do nothing are the ones that are safe.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm not saying. Oh, go ahead.
Let me explain how that system works. If three of us sitting here on the panel, okay, and I get shot, God forbid, when the ambulance comes through that door, they're going to bypass the ones that are healthy. They're going to get to the one, you're going to get to the ones that most need. That's how the society is supposed to be set up. You're supposed to meet the need of the people who most vulnerable. That's how it works. That's how it works in this country. Here's a person that's in a wheelchair. What's the more likely he's going to be able to get a job? It's probably slim. But they have to have set these things in play so he can live. And like I said earlier in the program, should no one be denied a place to live, clothes on their back, and food on their table. Now, you don't have to have a car. You don't have to have a cell phone. You don't have to find his clothes in life. You don't have to have all those things. Just for basic necessity, just living, survival things. And you don't have to have porterhouse steak every day. Go ahead.
Can we get back to that, Martin? Just basic living, just enjoying our children, just enjoying our family together. Because this society thinks they supposed to go out and kick it and have the longest nails and the longest hair, the longest lashes. Like, that's not what's living about. We need to get back to enjoying our children and talking to them. I get talked about so much, oh, you just want to sit in the house. No, my kids only young once in their lifetime. They grown forever. So I'm going to enjoy this. I ain't going to miss nothing. I don't care what you say or you say.
All right. All right, hold it right there. My new caller. Come on, sir. New caller.
We got a real one this time.
Yeah, this is a good conversation tonight.
Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead. He must have hung up. I don't know what happened. I guess he hung up.
Oh.
Yeah, somebody might be trolling you, Martin.
You know,
They don't like this talk.
but you know what?
We saying all the right stuff.
Yeah, but it's always like that. When you do it, go ahead, brother.
You know what? I was thinking, the whole thing, what you said, like everybody, something along the lines that everybody deserves like shelter, place to stay, this, that, and the third. I kind of agree, but I don't agree.
Okay.
Because the way I see it, like with a lot of the benefits that some people is getting, and they, like people have been on Section 8 and all this other stuff for like 30 years.
There we go.
You know what I'm saying?
There we go, brother.
You
want to start a fight tonight?
Brother, let me say, hold on, brother, hold on. Let me just educate
I ain't
you.
even finished it.
No, I'm gonna stop you because you I'm gonna let you talk, but let me just say this, brother.
Okay.
This is the bad habit as Black men and women that we do. If Section 8 say you could be on this until the day you die, let it ride. Why we have to put a term limit on something that they haven't required? Come on now, brother. Why would we have to put a term limit on Section 8? And they haven't done it. As long as you abide by the rules and the regulations, you're good for life. And I don't have, by the way, I don't have Section 8, never had it. But why we do this, brother? Why we do this? Everybody's not going to be a lawyer, a doctor. Some people are satisfied with Section 8. Going to work, making a little money. That's their goal, brother. They don't want to be nothing like that, like such as yourself. That's all I want to say.
I agree with Martin because I said it before. My mom been on it for a long time, but she raised some extraordinary children. She put a lot of time into raising them and making sure they had degrees or a work ethic, and knew how. If she was at work and trying to pay this high rent, didn't have help, she wouldn't have been able to do that. Being a single mom, you don't know everybody's situation, and that thinking right there is what make people get up and leave their kids at home and go work 80 hours a week.
And it's not good. I'm just saying.
What gets me centered about it is it's not about the people that's getting the help. That's not what bothers me. What bothers me is what Martin said. We sit up here with war vets,
right,
that are homeless.
Mm-hmm.
That you won't give it to them. You know they got PTSD. They didn't want to fought your wars. You won't give it to them.
Mm-hmm.
But you will give it to an illegal immigrant you don't know nothing about. They ain't paid no taxes in. You taking that from a tax because at the end of the day, what people have to understand is this: the government don't give us nothing.
Preach, sister.
Everything comes from the taxpayer.
Thank you.
Paying for that.
From your food stamps to your housing, anything that you get in a government grant comes from the taxpayer. And this is the reason why it pissed me off during COVID when so many Black people was going online making fun of the middle class white people, talking about now they see what it feel like. And I'm like, wait a minute. Poor people don't stimulate the economy. And rich people do everything they can to dodge paying their taxes. It's the middle class that runs this country. If they fall, we all fall.
That's right.
So you don't need to be on there laughing because them people lost their houses. These are people that own their own businesses. They had kids that was in college. They own property. They got hit with a triple combo. You told them that they couldn't open their business because it was COVID.
Wow.
Then they couldn't pay for their kids' tuition to go to school. Then the ones who own property, you put the moratorium in place where the people didn't have to pay them rent for 2 years. They slaughtered the middle class.
And let me say this too. Let me just say that, and you can finish talking. I want to hear what my brother had to say too. 400 years of free labor. 400 years of free labor. And we worry about a lifetime of Section 8. Come on now, people. Come on now. The sister said it. Somebody's paying for that. It's the taxpayers. Come on now, people. Let's stop it.
Taxpayers.
Let's stop it.
Yeah.
We all are taxpayers. If you go in the store,
taxpayers gonna change?
yeah, listen. If you go in the store and pay taxes on something, you buy a car, you buy a television, you're paying taxes. You're buying food. Some states you don't pay taxes on food. We all are taxpayers, one way or another, brother. So listen, brother, 400 years of free labor, and we complain about somebody being on a lifetime of Section 8. Something is wrong with us.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of see. I think what Kenneth is saying is that when you get stuck in that, you're not living up to your fullest potential. But it's just like we was talking about earlier.
Everybody,
there are some
hold on,
people
sister.
that's satisfied with the basics.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
As long as I got somewhere to live and something to eat,
right.
I'm cool.
That's cool. So if that's not everybody's goal to have a family, get married, a house, that's not everybody's goal for that. You know, that's what I tell people. We all have different goals in life. Some people are happy messing with married men. Some people are happy, hey, I'm not gonna get married, but I'm gonna have some babies, just like I'm married. I live with a man, but I'm not gonna marry. You got people who get different plights. They think different. So everybody, remember, all Black people are not going to be 100% on board with everything with each other. We're just not. We think different. We are different.
That's right.
That's all I'm saying,
That's
brother
right.
Ken. I don't mean to shoot you down, but I knew where this was going, and I had to get it. I had to get it. So we can't look down. See, we can't look down on the man that's less fortunate. The scripture said the poor will always be with us. So we're going to have poor people. And sometimes you got people that's rich. They poor in spirit. They selfish. They won't give nothing back. They won't give nobody anything. The same people that's talking about Section 8 are the same ones that won't give nobody nothing. If they seen a person getting put out, they listen. They go to church every Sunday, and some of their members are homeless. They wouldn't dare give them an apartment for a year to get on their feet because they're too selfish. They're too selfish.
Yeah, but they filling up the plate for the pastor to get a new car, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, he riding plane. Nice house.
And listen,
all that good stuff.
And I want y'all guys too. The way y'all complain about people, Black people that's on Section 8 for a lifetime, complain about these migrants too coming over here that's getting it. Don't have to wait no time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We need to complain on that too as well.
I got something to say about it.
Go ahead, brother.
Now, I thought when they brought all the migrants over here, my first thought was, with everybody not going back to work, that the migrants is going to come in and replenish the workforce, because they not. I'm assuming that they didn't get citizenship, so you can lowball them on the salary compared to us. Whereas the minimum wage went up, so they got to give us say $14 an hour to go work at KFC, but they can lowball them and get them $2 an hour because you don't have citizenship. So that was my first thought. But then you look around, and everywhere you turn, everybody's hiring. So we still short-staffed. So I'm trying to figure out, outside of replacing us for the vote, I'm trying to figure out why else are they here?
That was the only reason. They was brought here for the vote.
That too.
They wasn't brought here to go work.
Yeah, that too. They was here brought here. It's both
They
too.
brought here to work.
They brought here to work. Let me just say this. They brought here. Listen. They are promised when they hit this land that we're gonna give you job, housing, and citizenship. They're not just coming over here just because without a promise. They have a plan, and it might be a 20-year plan, a 30-year plan, or 40-year plan. The Latino base is going to be the #1 voting base in this country. #1.
Yeah.
#1. Now imagine if they allow illegal immigrants to vote in this country. Oh my God. Without citizenship.
They already doing it, Martin, because and black people, we have to stop letting the system and these liberals use race to cloud our brain, because this is what they do. When the Republicans went crazy and they was talking about the 6th election, the first thing, but instead of black people doing the research, the first thing they did was say all the Republicans, they hate black people and poor people and they for the rich, and they just don't want to accept that Trump lost the election. Okay, if we would have actually looked at what was going on, we would have seen what their end game was. Because this thing about you not having to have an ID to vote, that is exactly played side by side with letting the immigrants come in here. Because if you don't have an ID, anybody can walk up there to the polls and vote.
That's true. I thought about that.
While black people were so busy saying, oh, we need to get rid of the ID because they trying to stop us from voting, they wasn't really seeing what they were doing. They were removing the ID so they can let this other race come in and go to the polls and vote. I told everybody, y'all crazy, y'all real crazy if y'all want them to get rid of ID.
Let me say this too. Did you guys know that the migrants, they was they had they was no longer allowing to get low ball. They listen. I think it's Uber. What they fight for? Let me tell you, because they was fighting for $30 an hour. The migrants were no longer allowing to lowball them, fighting for Uber for $30 an hour. Did y'all hear that? Did y'all know that? $30 an hour. Uber. The migrants now. The migrants.
That's how much. Wait, that's how much they all get, or them was the migrants?
No, those are the migrants. They didn't want to be lowball no more. That's what they're advocating for now. They are
$30 an hour.
Yeah, $30 an hour for Uber. Y'all Google that. Look it up.
That's as much as the minimum wage.
Mm-hmm. See,
well, you know what? I could easily believe that, because I got some African friends, and I be looking at how they living, and they over here, but they run a cab, and all you hear about is how much land they're purchasing back home, and those round trip tickets to Africa be like $1,800, and they be paying for the whole family. And another thing too, what a lot of people don't know about African culture, even if the woman is working, the average African family, the man pay everything. So they doing all this off cab money. So I can believe that they shoot for $30 an hour. Because them Africans making money off just cabbing. That's why I be looking at my black brothers and I'm like, what y'all drive a cab? And I ain't driving no cab. I'm like this. I'm watching these Africans live like kings and queens off their cab money. Why come you can't go do it? But see, it's not that we can't go do it. As a race, we are the most ignorant of money management of all races.
That's right.
And that's why Boyce Watkins, it broke my heart when I watched him go from, and I understand, you know, black people could be hard-headed, and you know, he trying to educate us about stuff, and we argumentative and don't want to listen. But when he took his platform from being about economics and everything, and he went Hollywood and he want to talk about Lizzo and all that kind of stuff, and I stopped watching him. But Boyce Watkins was supposed to be our elected financial leader, because he was telling people, this is what you do, put it over here, Bitcoin blowing up over there. He was giving away so much information for free. Then he had the school for kids. He invented the flashcards for us to start teaching our kids while they're young about taxes and life insurance and all that type of stuff. We didn't support it. We didn't do it. Most of the people went on his platform arguing at this man. And I'm sitting on here like, Boyce Watkins is a self-made millionaire. How can you argue with a man and he done it already?
We jealous.
You know, we don't listen. And it's a big problem in our community. We don't listen to the people who are the experts. We don't listen to them.
That's because we've been dumbed down to hate each other, hate everything about each other. Yep. A lot of us has been in a lifetime boycott against black businesses. We will not shop with black business. I'm sitting at the flea market. You got a black-owned jewelry store, and you got a Arab-owned. You know who had the crowd. Y'all know who had the crowd over there.
Oh, yeah.
You know who had the crowd. And when they come to the brother spot, is this real? I'm looking like, is this real? You know, I'm standing at the spot just listening to the people. Is this real? Is this real silver? Is this real gold? But they didn't say anything to the Arab.
No. So, and they're not going to say nothing to the Arab.
No.
And see, this is the stuff we have to correct. This is the stuff that we have to correct within our children. You know what I'm saying? So that we program it. Because at the end of the day, all of this stuff is just about being brainwashed.
Yes.
When it starts from you a kid, that's why they call television programming. It's programming you.
And brother, let me ask the brother a question. If we're programmed to think a certain way, does our choice go out the window? We don't know no better. So because we're programmed.
No, that's the best thing about it. We can no. You can be deprogrammed. You can always be deprogrammed.
Right.
But that wasn't the question. The question was, if we program to think a certain way, and does our choice really matter? Because does our choice really matter? Do we really have a real choice if we've been programmed a certain way? No,
not at that moment. No, and not at that moment. You don't have a choice.
That's what I'm trying to explain to my brother.
That's what's going on with us. We don't have a choice because of the way we've been trained to think.
Because we think this is normal.
We need to change the way we think.
Of course, brother. You're right. You're right, brother. But listen, my point was just try to get you to see. Yeah. We have to unlearn, then relearn. So we hard on one another, brother. We so hard. Oh, black people this. We don't do that. We don't do that. Everybody's at different levels. Now, this information that I have right now in my life, I didn't have it in my 20s. Didn't have it in my 30s until I hit the 40s. And that's when I got open. I was like, man, this is real. This is so much information out here. So a lot of people are on different levels, different platforms of understanding. Everybody don't have the same understanding. You don't know everybody's plight. Some people, all they know is selling drugs, robbing, stealing. That's all they know. They was brought up in that type of atmosphere, if I may use that. Not making an excuse for no criminals at all, but that's all they know is survival. Survival. A person that's trying to survive, he'll kill me and you. He'll kill all of us if he or she can. They'll sell a body. They'll sell drugs. They'll do anything. That's the natural instinct of a man and of a woman to survive. I'm done, y'all. I'll let y'all say the last comments. Y'all go ahead and say the last comments and whatever y'all want to say. Go ahead.
Well, to get back on point, because this was about the NBA, so I think I'm going to end with that. You know, we're the laughing stock right now as a race because of this, because they're watching us sit back and do absolutely nothing while our stars and athletes and the people that make us look good and that, you know, we revere and put on a pedestal, you know, they're being drugged and they're being disrespected and we're just sitting back doing nothing. And the only thing I can say is that, you know, the reason why our cries fall on deaf ears is because we're the first to talk about the injustice against us, but we the last ones to do anything about it.
Mm-hmm. Unless, of course, you know, it's allegedly racially motivated, then we'll get some sort of sense of solidarity then, but we don't address the issues that we got going on in our own household. So if I had to close with something, I'd say, be it mother by herself or father by herself, control your house and teach everybody in it and control everything in it.
Right. I agree.
My sister, go ahead.
And I would say back to what she had said about the Africans and what you said about us supporting each other, because at the end of the day, they don't respect us. I knew an African that got straight A's, couldn't get a job because of his accent, but he could make money driving cabs and school buses.
Mm-hmm.
Pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Went to Chicago State, all A's,
Wow.
but couldn't get a high-paying job
Wow.
because of how he talked.
Wow. Oh, well, somebody texted me a question. They said, talk about how we look for reasons not to go to, not to go back to Black restaurants, but we'll eat food from those filthy foreign-owned restaurants in the hood. My goodness. I guess that's another story, another topic, people. I'm going to go to bed. I'm telling you.
Yeah, we can do that next time. We do
Next
that next
time.
time.
Next
Look,
time.
Martin, let's dive into Layla Ali and what's going on with her and his Jewish company trying to steal her name.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll do some research on that one.
yeah, I'm gonna do. I heard about that. I think I heard about that too. But see, you know, that's one mistake Muhammad Ali made. Now you left these white folks, and you went back to them, and this is where we go. Your children is suffering now.
Stole your name.
Yeah, you left these white folks. You stood strong, but at the end you got weak. They tricked you. This is what we're going through right now. Okay. Have a great day. Y'all know what time it is.
Good night, everybody.
You already
Nice
know
to
what
meet
it
you
is.
guys.
Live,
Yeah.
Everybody have a safe evening.
unedited.